The new Eclectotron album is out, so I wanted to show you my session for YS-1, one of the songs that I mixed and produced on the album. Let's check it out. This is a big one. This guy's got 167 tracks. So, this might be a little bit of a long video. The song has a music video, and I recommend that as your starting point for consuming it. You should be able to find that in the description. But here's how it starts. So let's do it part by part. First up, we've got this intro, which has a ton of stuff in the sound design folder. We've got these cool risers. And I just played these on my mini Moog. And in addition to that, we've got more. This is a Pigments render, and then we have Air Raid Siren sample going into that. And then in addition to that electric guitar, I've got some guitar samples that I made. And a big sort of bassy, dirty pluck from Pigments also. Another sound that I made in Pigments. And then without any of that, the intro sounds like this. So sounds a little bit more like just the band. And the band here is, we've got drums. And I've got the bass synth in the drum folder, it sounds like. Here it is. So, that is a drum kit we recorded right here in this room, plus some samples that are supporting it. So these actually are not the samples. These are the actual toms, and you can see that there's stuff in the tracks elsewhere. I just tend to delete all of the stuff that's not being used immediately in the song. So for toms, instead of using like a gate or something, I like to just cut the toms out of the microphone take. The tom support here is some samples that I really liked and sort of got attached to from the demo. So without those samples, that's what the real toms sounded like by themselves. The synth here, which is in this folder apparently, is a mini Moog. And for this album, we mostly just recorded all the synths. We just didn't do a lot of stuff with MIDI. For better or for worse. It would be nice to have the MIDI for it. There's a bass guitar in here that is doubling the synth part there. And I have almost all the low end removed from it. And we recorded this either with a mute on the guitar or palm muted. I don't remember which one we did, but again, to get that more electronic vibe, I am cutting out all of the notes from the bass guitar, so none of the amp noise and stuff bleeds into the rest of it. I wanted this recording to sound very, very clean, so I did a lot of editing to it, mostly for the sound of the editing and not for tightness or anything like that. You see I have fades after almost every note, just to make the notes have a more intense envelope. The guitar chords in the intro are relatively clean. I played 2 different guitars through a little Valco amp, and I had it on a moderate gain setting. I wanted to get most of the grit from these synths and stuff. I used this sound. And I have a sampler instrument of this on my site. This is a sample that I recorded into my Casio SK1. And it's just a really cool, grimy electric guitar style sound that is made with electric guitar samples, but nothing can go through a Casio SK1 without ending up sounding like a Casio SK1. We've got this Korg. This is a mini log. We've got it's labeled DX7, but we actually use Dext. And then this one I think was from Pigments. And that's just to round it out and have more of the synths on the right side. I wanted a very different sound there, so that you get some stereo image. And we got this one as well, which by itself, it's one of my presets I made for Pigments here. I use it whenever I need like a really big sounding part with a lot of low end, like digital low end. We've got not a whole lot else going on in that intro section, so let's move on. In our verse, we've got Reese comes in singing with his talk box. And for the talk box, it's just a talk box, and it's being fed with a mini Moog. So it's like the sort of ultra classic like talk box sound. It's like the one you see when you look up old videos of how a talk box works. And that is a single take. And the talk box has harmonies here. And that talk box sounds like it was done with the Korg. The lead is done with a mini Moog. For something I said, maybe it's better that way. What's this? A delay trail at the end of a take here. I did that a lot in this song, and I put my delays, like copy pasted stuff onto other tracks so I could have serious control over it. We'll see more of that in the second verse when I have the delays panned around. But in this section, to support this arrangement, we've got, let me see, where's that? Is there a solo on here? There is not. These guitars, the Valcos, continue doing almost nothing, basically sitting on the 5th of the chords. I do this a lot when I play guitar parts in songs where the guitar needs to drop out, but still is important to the arrangement. Without it, and then with it again. Everything in the song is very subtle, and that one, when you listen to the mastered version, it stands out and becomes apparent why it's in there. I am also dropping out one of the 2 guitars to keep the guitar arrangement much smaller on the verses. But the big thing I want to do when I'm doing a song like this is to make sure that none of the instruments are really competing with each other. So the main accompaniment here is the synths. And we have that FM synth doubling the vocal melody.
become home to you someday.
So if you listen to the bass guitar and the electric guitar together, they're going to be forming a power chord with each other mostly, and then the voicing changes. And most of the low end in this section of the song is, like I said, coming from the synth in the bass. Let's find that again. So that's what's going on there in the verse. Let's check out the chorus. First thing we notice here is this riser coming into it. There's another thing going on here. A synth that I've got. I'm using Massive for these. I'm going into the subs. All right. Let's look at this real quick. This is appealing to me. What do we have here? Yeah. Who knows what that is? I think that might have been the I think I made that with this. So who knows? Some type of sound design. We hear a Mellotron come in. Let's find that. Just classic Mellotron strings. This arpeggiator as well. And knowing myself, I definitely didn't use an arpeggiator for that. I just still call it arpeggiator when it sounds like one. But I get really, really obsessed with what notes we're actually hearing, and I'll sequence them all pretty carefully to get sounds like this that you don't get with a normal arpeggiator. So I love doing stuff like that, and I waste a lot of my time doing it. Our guitars are now doing this. Basically, no indication of any of the harmony that we're working with in the guitars. The guitar is just a counter. Let's hear it with the bass. You'll also notice that the bass guitar is panned opposite the guitar. And I'm doing that again because a lot of the low end is in the synth, and the bass guitar does take a lead in this song, and I wanted it to feel like a melody instrument more than a bass instrument. And then that with the synths. We've also got a vocoder in here. I am using the full bucket vocoder. Some of you may remember this from, I don't know, music production like 15 years ago. I really like this one. I think I'm going to retire it soon in favor of Surge. This synth has a great vocoder in it, and it's also a free one. Really, actually, phenomenal synth. Strongly recommend it. Free open source, I believe. But that's probably going to be my new vocoder because I'm getting tired of UIs that don't scale. Monitor resolutions are getting too good. The vocoder here is this.
How long without you must I be in dust, rocks, and darkness? How long until you tell me that you're happy with me?
And the automation down here is automating the modulation of the vocoder. You'll hear a vibrato come in.
In darkness, how long with me?
So that with the talk box.
With me, how long without you must I be in dust, rocks, and darkness? How long until you tell me that you're happy with me? I'll just keep rolling on and on.
And then Madison comes in this part too.
How long without you must I be?
Very, very subtle.
Rocks and
And we hear more and more of her as the song goes
How
on.
long until you tell me that you're happy with me? I'll just keep rolling on.
You'll see a lot of
and
edits
on
here.
through
I
this crimson
tend to cut out loud syllables and turn them down manually. And I do that instead of using automation usually. So you'll see very little in the automation lines on my vocals, and you'll see a lot of cuts. And that's just a workflow that I tend to prefer. So that's what we've got there. Let's hear what happens next.
My vision has been productive and serene.
Oh, this one is the the sticky note. You can really hear it there. And new synth enters. What is that? I think that one might be FM8 or Dext. That one was an afterthought after we already recorded Synth Day. I can't remember what it was. Let's see. Yeah, that was FM8. I don't have the patch. I must have just recorded audio out of it. Speaking of which, like, if you're recording with MIDI and you're new to it, print your audio. Thank me later. If you like the song you're working on, just print the audio. What I'm doing here is a little bit dangerous. Apparently I didn't print the MIDI or save what the preset was. Maybe it was called AirPad, but there's a world in the future when you don't get to use that plugin anymore. And if you never finish the song, or if you wanted to do a remix, you don't have it anymore. So you have to remake stuff, and it's annoying. Anyway, print your MIDI. This is what that sounds like in context.
My vision has been productive and serene. I feel that I've done what I had to do.
I really like that design there. That is, I think, in the talk box. It's this. So I grabbed these talk box tracks and I doubled them and threw a chorus on there and printed it. What is going on? No, it's right here. Oh, it's the Arturia one. This one was free. I like it a lot. I don't know if it's still free, but it's a pretty good sounding chorus plugin.
What I had to do. But my bad
push again. And this thing. And again, I should make a riser pack. I make all these myself. I know there's a lot of people out there that swear by riser packs, and I love using them, but I have too much fun making my own risers. So I just never use packs. This chorus is almost the same as the first one. Different takes, obviously. Well, not obviously. I actually do have some copy pasting this song. I didn't want to, but it ended up being necessary. What do we got here? Slightly different synths in this chorus, I think. Maybe not. I don't remember. More Madison.
Until you tell me that you're happy with me, I'll just keep rolling on.
Again, really, really long delay trails here that are just separated.
With me, I'll just keep rolling on.
Same with that on the verse.
Darkness. How long until you tell me that you're happy with me? I'll just keep rolling on and on through this crimson wasteland. Maybe this is actually where I'm intended to be.
The drums also have these like sort of reverse claps and things.
My vision has been productive and serene. I feel that I've done what I had to do. But my battery's low and it is getting hot.
It's funny, like whenever you hear these things on their own, you don't notice it, and then when you hear it isolated and come back, you can't unhear it.
It is getting quite dark.
Those are live claps and also drum machine claps. It's a lot of layers of clap to get the flaming sound.
But my battery, it is getting quite dark.
Okay.
Actually where I'm intended.
The bridge. A lot of stuff going on here. Let's hear the bridge with just the synths and sound design. Where are you? Synths. So when I heard this part when I was mixing the song, or maybe when I was recording guitar, I realized that this synth line here just sounds so much like guitar harmonics that I decided I had to just play it on guitar harmonics. This was really hard to do. I don't recommend it, but because it just like barely even adds anything. That's all artificial harmonics. It's like I can't even do it right now. I usually play that with a pick on an electric guitar. But you get the idea. It's like a really hard part for guitar. I spent way longer than I needed to on that. There's some really cool like high frequency stuff going on in here. And I did some some sine wave manipulation up here too. Granular vocal, oops. Sine wave prints. This just, like, I think this came out beautiful. I was really enjoying the vibe of it when I was making some of these additional parts. Reese sent me one of the synth parts in here and was like, hey, I did this. Do you think we could use it? I'm like, definitely. But I also, this is the one he sent me. I was like, yeah, that's cool as hell. But I want to add even more. And everything gets sucked out. There was a world when that cymbal hit wasn't there. I tried removing it and I ended up liking it a lot. So again, let's hear that entrance here. The dynamics here felt so good. Or is it? Yeah. I think we played that really well. I love doing the real fade-ins instead of using a fade. Outro was probably just total magic to me. This is the bass guitar switches to melody here. Sounds like this with an octave effect on it. With this slide out at the end. And then there's that and the synth. Where are you? It's a Matrix Brute. And I didn't talk over that, so you can sample it and make a remix. So those two parts together, love. And we've got tambourine jumps in there. And we get back to the beginning of the basically. This is roughly the same as in the intro. Different risers, but otherwise the same thing. So that's the song. I think I maybe threw a compressor on the master bus before sending it off to master, but I really think the mix turned out awesome, and oh boy, the music video turned out great. So you should go watch that. I had very little to do with the video, and it was fun watching a piece of media that I was like so deeply involved in, but like in a part of it that was probably not the part people are going to be watching or paying attention to, so I can like enjoy my own song again. I feel like usually you don't get to enjoy your song if you've spent so much time on it, but because the video came out so cool, I got to have a sort of breathe a new life into it for myself. So that's the song. Go check out the album it's from, Galactic Trash. I did a lot of work on it, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out. So there's a cassette and a record, and the usual suspects as far as digital streaming: Bandcamp, Spotify, Google, whatever. Hope you liked it. Hope you learned something from it. Let me know if you want remix stems or anything, and I'll get you those. Until next time, have a great day. Happy music making.